The more that you unravel and reject Christianity, the more you're going to get this pagan crap shoved in your face.
And it's exactly the sort of thing you would expect from the friggin' French, because they're a bunch of morons.
Have a look at how he compares himself and his government to the Australian Olympic team. This was him today, no editing, press play.
This is a celebration of
pagan crap.
Modern Australia. We're a diverse, inclusive Australia, and that's a good thing. People want to see
anti-Christian attacks.
That their government is inclusive and represents everyone, no matter who they love, no matter what their identity, no matter where they live.
Which is why they always attack Christians.
We need to be a country that respects everyone for who they are.
They're honestly a mess. And I think the reason why is because
of the government's agenda.
This is my 35th Mardi Gras.
That's my style. I hope you've noticed that.
It's always the Christians, Evelyn, who come under attack in this one, because they know it's an easy target. They don't have to worry too much about what the response is going to be. The response is only going to be
turn the other cheek.
But exactly. But it's just pathetic.
It is, but I think I actually disagree with why. I don't think Christians are an easy target. I think Christians are the biggest target, which is why they always attack Christians, because Christianity is the only thing standing between people and the state. Because when you have God above government, the government doesn't become God. And I think that's why they constantly tackle it, because once you get through the Christians, it's easy to go through everybody else. Like Kel said, we are the #1 religion across the world. And just for a bit on France as well, like you mentioned, Joe, my blood ancestry would disagree that all French are morons.
I stand by my ethnic slur. Do your worst, you filthy, pretentious savages.
However, I will just say, statistically, in France, there are over 1,000
morons
attacks, anti-Christian attacks, every year. That's an average of about 3 per day. So this isn't something new for France. We've seen all the damage that they've done to the church across France, the fires that they've been setting in Christian Catholic churches all across the country. Not only that, France is got the highest terrorist rate in all of Europe. Currently standing at, I looked at the statistics, but they're fleeting at the moment, but it's higher than any other country. They're honestly a mess. And I think the reason why is because the more that you unravel and reject Christianity, which is what built the West, the more you're going to get this pagan crap shoved in your face. And I'm sorry, I am a Christian. This did offend me. It also offended a lot of people who just want to watch the Olympics because it unites people around the world on a common interest of the enjoyment of sport. And not only that, I grew up watching the opening ceremony of the Olympics. I had a family member who was an Olympian, and so it was a very big thing that our whole family would sit around and watch and participate, and we followed my family member's career, so to speak. There's a lot of nostalgia, there's a lot of things. There is no way in absolute hell I would let any child in my family go anywhere near the Olympics after what I just saw, and isn't that sad?
Well, I'm not a commentator. That's your job. What my job is to do is to make sure that we implement good dicks.
Honestly, people are saying that this whole thing that happened with the opening ceremony, it wasn't about the Last Supper. I'm sorry, it's the most famous portrait of Jesus known to mankind. You'd have to be stupid and dumb to think that it's anything else. I don't believe it. They were 100% mocking God.
Of course they
even if they weren't, what they did was...
Show those stupid Americans who look like the frog, eh?
Jesus said, the world hated me and it will hate you. That means if you're like Jesus, the world will hate you, period. And if it doesn't, it's because you're not like him. You have 2 choices. You can either please God the Father or you can please the world, but you cannot please both.